Think about people on welfare, struggling mother with children, Americans. You have to stand online, you have to fill out applications, you have to be questioned by social workers as to why you can't work, why you need this money. You have to be humiliated and degraded. You're finally given some small amount, hardly anything, you can barely scrape by on. You're given food stamps from the U.S. government. You're made to feel worthless. You're scrutinized. Your benefits can be taken away at any time. From the U.S. government, from the taxpayers, other people who are out there, and they say, I resent these welfare mothers because they're living off my labor, my tax dollars. And there's a stigma about it, and it's unfortunate, but it's just the way things are. However, explain to me then why the same government can just hand Israel $10 billion a year without question, so that Israel can in turn kill Palestinians, build walls around the Palestinians, jail the Palestinians, take the rights away from, just annihilate them. And you say, well, that's over in Israel. That's not our concern. Yes, it is our concern because it's your and my tax dollars that are being handed over to Benjamin Netanyahu and his cronies so that they can go ahead and terrorize the Palestinian people. They can exact murder without retribution. And the world looks away. And the United States of America, we have politicians who don't raise an eyebrow, who say, we stand with our friend in the Middle East, Israel. And they just gladly hand this money over. But you or me or any American struggling has to be stigmatized and treated like dirt. We have veterans who've served their country and endangered their lives, who can't get medical benefits. We have your children want to go to college, but you can't afford to send them there, and the United States government squeezes out a little money here and there to help you, or for your health care, your education. Yet, in the same breath, they just hand $10 billion a year to Israel. What's Israel's magic secret? How do they do that? What method, what tactic do they use? The only thing I can see in the U.S. is a group called AIPAC. And apparently these are very wealthy, influential people. And I know a lot of people might leave comments that I'm being anti-Semitic. No, I'm not, because Israel has nothing to do with Judaism, except to corrupt the ideals of it. The Israelis I'm referring to are Zionists, Zion Nazis as I call them, because they're using the excuse of the Holocaust to annihilate a people. And they're using American dollars. And the American politicians, like the ones running for president currently, Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump, Bernie Sanders, they don't dare question this money that we give to Israel. They say, oh, I'm aligned with Israel, I'll increase the spending, I'll give them even more money. So explain to me how that is, and how is it that not more Americans feel the way I do, that this money is just being handed over to an evil, insidious, terrorist nation, Israel. That's right, not ISIS, Israel. The Zion Nazis in Israel who kill Palestinians every day with zero excuse, just kill them, who knock down their houses, who build walls to keep them in, who violate settlers' agreements and put more families in Palestinian homes, more Israeli settlers, who daily break every imaginable law, who jail the Palestinians, and who are sponsored by U.S. dollars, your and my tax dollars that are just given to them. Right here in the U.S.A., you have to struggle, you have to scrape, you have to beg, you have to plead, you have to degrade yourself to get your own government to give you a little breadcrumbs to take care of your children's health care, to possibly send your kids to college, to give a veteran some kind of medical benefit or treatment. But Israel happily just takes 10 billion, and Netanyahu is crying in front of Congress that he needs more money from the U.S. And the Congress cries right along with him. So what magical hypnotism are the Zion Nazis capable of that let them give all our money? And also, what mass hypnosis do you Americans suffer under by not objecting to this? I know there's the Bible, and I know it says Israel and God's chosen people, but that's horse shit. That's like saying the whites are God's chosen people and blacks are less. It's just as reprehensible. There is no chosen group. Well, I need to correct that. The wealthy people are the chosen. The golden rule. The people with the gold make the rules. In the United States, 1% of the population control 99% of the income. And apparently that same 1% is sympathetic to the terrorist Zion Nazis in Israel, and they hand them your tax dollars. So explain to me why that is, and explain to me how this continues. And it's not just the U.S. The U.K. they're trying to avoid the whole BDS movement, which is boycott, divest, and sanction Israel. Hillary Clinton says she's against that. She wants to do trade with Israel. Trump, he doesn't want to touch him. He wants to build a wall here in the U.S.A. And maybe that wall eventually expand out and will take over Mexico. I don't know what his plans are. Bernie Sanders, you say a lot of nice things, but you're also on board with Israel. So, that's my point. I see, and the world sees, Zion Nazis. Why is the U.S.A., our government, giving Zion Nazi Israel $10 billion a year? I need to know. And I object. I object to the reprehensible war crimes that Israel and the IDF and Netanyahu and all his scumbags that work for him in government commit, and the atrocities they commit against the Palestinian people every day with United States sanctioned dollars. It's got to stop.